What's on YouTube? What's on Twitch? Um, what's on Barcode?
Yeah,
That on the thing about the MCU, what I think they getting wrong, I think in my opinion, and put the thing about my opinion is like the MCU need the X Men. I hate to tell them
yeah,
they need the
I
X
understand.
Men. They need the X Men. It was also they need a Fantastic Four. They need those two
Yeah,
and stuff like that. And they call that thing about it is CinemaCon this year. Shoot, on the MCU wasn't even the best part of it. It was Sony, Super Nintendo, DC. Everybody else
yeah,
just had overshadow the MCU, and that's a
yeah,
bad thing just for the Disney brand. I think, in my opinion, because then when you look at the Disney brand always said they had good Marvel movie coming out. They did for the last 10 years and stuff like that. They also had Black Panther, Infinity War, Endgame, the Captain America trilogy and stuff like that, Iron Man and stuff like that. But it seemed like Disney had forget about their how can I say this? Disney forgot about their core fans and what made them good. I think, in
yeah,
my opinion, and kind of like the new fans seem like they want to disrespect the old stuff. I said, how do you try to disrespect the old stuff? If it wasn't for the old stuff, you want to get your new stuff you're getting right now
yeah,
and stuff like that. And kind of like people probably can try to disagree with me and stuff like that, but we all know it's true. It
yeah.
seems like Disney
Uh-huh.
it seemed like people at Disney who wasn't there before the first 10 years. It seemed like they hated some of the characters like Iron Man, Captain America, and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and stuff like that. I said, come on, yeah. Because the problem is that, in my opinion, what I think messing up Disney, I think it sounds like some of the people that work there, some of the people that work there just need to put their politics aside and just make a good movie based on the comics.
yeah. I got nothing. Yeah,
Yeah, and kind of like the and put the bad thing about it, Sony made Craven rated R even before Marvel made Blade rated R. I said that's sad,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Chemically rare on it. Yeah,
That is sad
very
because
sad.
because I keep on saying that Blade is the perfect rated R character that you can make besides Deadpool and make it into
Yeah,
a movie, and people actually go out and look at it. And Wesley Snipes proved it in the first two Blade movies.
yeah.
I don't get it. Marvel got a
Everybody,
they got a
yeah,
blueprint how to do it. The first two Blade movies show you that they go rated R and people
yeah.
still like it.
Yeah, give us up just continue. We got them. Yeah, yeah. What?
Yeah, and kind of like thing about it, Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes made that movie by himself with some help. But the thing is, if one man and Wesley Snipes could make that Blade movie good back in the 90s, just with CGI and everything else wasn't that good,
Yeah,
and he made a good movie like that. So you probably can imagine when he probably could do now. And he was younger, and he was doing it now. Then he made a rated R movie. A lot of people would go out and look at it
yeah,
and stuff like that. Because some people say they want to see the older Wesley Snipes now and stuff
yeah,
like that. And for shoot, I keep on saying what taking Marvel so long not to cast them in the next Blade movie because think about it, shoot the new Blade could be his son that's taking on his business and stuff like that.
yeah,
Because they could say Blade 1, 2, and 3. This was the father trilogy, and plus
yeah,
the next 3 or 4 could be about the son and
yeah,
stuff like that. that's the easiest. That is the easiest thing that you can do in time for a blade. Wesley
Yeah,
Snipes living. You can say that under this blade is his son who grew up training and stuff like that, and just a human just had raised him. I don't get how it's so hard just for Marvel to do it. I don't get it. It's easy.
yeah,
The actor right there,
easy.
it's too easy. It's just a layup. It's a layup. It's a dunk waiting to happen.
They give you a map of it, you just follow it, that's it. It's not that hard.
Yeah, yeah. What's he Snipes is the father, and this is the son. What's
Yeah,
so hard about that,
it's not just following what you have up behind, just continue it. It's not hard.
man? And they could also make a movie about the father and son working together to take down a bad vampire in his organization. That'd be a good one right there.
Yeah.
Because you can see action scenes of what he Snipes and a new blade and the other
Mm-hmm.
person right there. The new person, the new blade, old blade, all up on one screen, and
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah,
What's
makes
so
sense.
hard about that? I do not get about what is so hard about Disney making oh man, it get on my nerves sometimes what Disney be doing. It's something like Disney claim, in my opinion, they want to do it, and kind of like the bad thing about it. The bad thing about it, in my opinion, is something like it seems like it's a bad thing that Disney not trying to do it. Oh, you good, Barco? Oh, shucks. Oh, JG, I'll see you a little bit later. Soon, I hit soon. Good, good. I see your comment. And kind of like the bad thing, and kind of like the bad thing. The bad thing about the MCU is they got the iconic characters there to do it. And that is the worst thing possible. They got the characters. They got the Blade. They got the X Men's rights. They got everything. I don't get what's wrong. And kind of like the bad thing about it, in my opinion, in dealing with the Disney, it sounds like this Disney had a character in Moon Knight when they could have made a rated R show, but they
Yeah,
didn't do it.
no, you should make it PG.
Yeah, because you look at the Moon Knight comics, he is a rated R character. He, he, he is a hard PG-13 character to a rated R. And the thing
Yeah,
about it, I don't get why Disney just don't get that sometimes. I, I,
yeah,
I
they
I just
get
don't get that sometimes to deal with Disney and
yeah,
stuff
why
like that.
not?
It sounds like they got the characters to go rated R with and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and they don't do it because they said they're there for the kids. Because that's what I'm saying. Tell some shoot, kids be playing GTA, Call of Duty, and stuff like that, and you try to
yeah.
tell me for the kids? Come on now, that that,
Mm-hmm.
that makes no
Yeah,
sense in my opinion.
it
That
doesn't
make, that make
sound
no
right.
sense in my opinion for you to say for the kids. It made no sense to say for the kids, but you see kids be playing GTA and stuff like that. Come on now, that just don't make sense in my opinion.
Yep, doesn't sound right.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense to say you worry about the kids, but that's what the on the kids used to blood anyway. They be
Yeah,
playing Call of Duty, they were playing God of War and stuff like that.
yeah,
Come on now,
Fortnite. Yeah, literally. Yeah.
they playing God of War, they playing Halo, they playing
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
GTA. Come on,
Yep.
come on now. These kids is used to blood. It just the
Yeah.
parents right. It just the
Yeah.
parents around here who don't want to face the facts is that's what it is that the kids used to it. I
Yeah.
hate because that's what I got a nephew and niece, but that's what you know. I say if they be young, shoot, I already know that shit they gonna be playing GTA. I already know they're gonna play Halo and stuff like that. That's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna treat them. I'm not gonna treat them like they're just little kids who just don't know nothing about blood and they see anime and cartoon. They be
Yeah.
fighting all the time. Come on now, that makes
Yeah.
no sense. And and kind of like the other thing, in my opinion, what get on my nerves about Disney is like this Disney claim to be inclusion, but that's what include people just some kind of original story. That's all I'm saying. Original story. That's all we asking for. If you want to do like characters of different races and stuff like that, just make an original story and stuff like that. And just some new characters. Don't try to put original characters that is like in the comic books and try to change it and
Yeah.
stuff like
Don't
that.
you just, yeah, just leave it what it was. Just
Yeah,
after
that makes no
2000.
sense
Yeah.
because they might right up in the X Men universe. You could always make a new character that is original, just with the original X Men in it and stuff like that. That one people don't get. You can get original characters in X Men because you know, like Professor Xavier, like to help people that's on the outside that with trouble and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you can put original character inside of X Men right there, just that easy, just that easy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Should be
Nothing.
because they might look at the game X Men Destiny. It would three original characters. One was a Japanese girl, one was a football player, and one was an ex government person who had powers and stuff like that. That's what original characters fit in. They just fit in inside the X Men universe. Original characters without changing the characteristics of just the X Men or anything like that.
Yeah.
It just was the new character growing into the person that they is. And it was so hard about doing that
Yeah. It's not that hard.
because that's you look at video games and stuff like that, Dragon Ball Z universe. So you able to make your own character and grow your character story and stuff like
Yeah.
that in games like that. Video games show you just how to do it, but,
Yeah.
but, but it seems like the company seeing like they don't want to do the work
Yeah.
to be able to do it and stuff like that. And that's kind of like the bad thing, in my opinion.
I got another one. Yeah.
And life for and a life for Guardians 3. Shoot, that the kind of thing that I don't agree with or stuff like that. Do with that new movie is make it just making Adam Warlock all
Yeah.
gold. That's
Mm-hmm.
the one thing about that movie I don't agree with and stuff like that. Because think about me, I say women now. Now, shoot, the Adam Warlock character that I know, he's a white man with gold hair, but he not all gold.
Yeah.
His his suit be kind of gold at times, everything like that with stripes and stuff like that. But that's what he not all gold.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to make him all gold unless with Disney that have forced James Gunn to do it. And the thing about it, and, because this picture right here, look at this right here.
Oh,
The
comic
Adam
record.
Warlock. Look at this Adam Warlock right here.
Yeah.
His cape gold. He got a black suit, red stuff on red, black, and gold.
Yeah.
His whole body is not gold.
Yeah.
I don't get how Disney got an all gold Adam Warlock from that.
Or another thing about just don't care for it.
That's why I don't get because look at this right here. I see red. I see like dark blue or black. just wear a red cape, just with gold on this other side and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and and plus his hair just gold or blonde,
Mhm. Yeah.
but the thing about it, I don't see like an all gold like I see on the trailer on Guardians 3 stuff like that.
Yeah.
Be, because the thing about for me that is soon that movie come out and he don't change his costume nothing like that, and plus that's what I am, and plus that's what I start writing on it. It got me people online talk on. It's
Yeah.
just a movie. It's just a movie. I keep on saying talk something that ain't y'all the same people that was complaining about Disney that just not putting that Adam Warlock in Infinity War in Endgame, and y'all about to tell me it's just a movie? Come on now, that make no
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah. For some
Be-
reason, over.
because think about it, sure, sure, sure. I bet it's coming. When I do my review on this movie right here, Guardians 3, and when it come out and they don't change his suit and not like that, or change the coloring and not like that with his suit, it's gonna be people. It's gonna be people in my comment section just trying to defend that movie. I bet you.
Yeah.
And plus it's Disney too. I already know. I already know it's coming. I already know it's coming already for me
Yeah.
because shit, they gonna be hating on me for a long time.
Yeah.
They gonna be hating on me for a long time. After that review, I'm about to give and stuff like that. On that movie, if they don't change his look at all doing that movie, and they try to keep him all gold, boys, so they're not gonna like me. They're not gonna like me at
Yeah.
all. Um, because think about it, just for everybody up in there who just trying to have a problem with me, deal with Aaron Warlock. You know what I do? I'm gonna show them this picture right here. That
Yeah.
is Adam Warlock. That is the real Adam Warlock.
Mhm.
And for the thing about it, shoot, I think that's the reason why James Gunn probably left Disney because you know James Gunn like to make stuff to the comics, and Disney don't like to do that all the time,
Yeah.
and do like things done their way. Uh, because the thing about it, James Gunn said they're already making that they're in pre production of Superman Legacy. But the thing about it, yeah, I was James Gunn. Yeah, I was them. Bring bring back the actor Henry Cavill because that's what you bring back Henry Cavill. You bring back Black Adam. You bring back Black Adam. You bring back Doctor Fate and
Yeah.
Hawkman. And everybody know this. That's the easiest casting for Superman in the world. It's the easiest casting for Superman
Yeah.
because the thing about it, if you try to bring out a new person, should the audience might not be how can I say this? That on the audience might not be as receptive to it. Just a new Superman because the thing about it took Henry Cavill at least about 2 years to be accepted.
Yeah.
that after the Superman, just after the Brandon Roof Superman, I think
Yeah.
in the movies, I think that he was the last movie Superman Brandon Roof.
Yeah.
And, and just for Henry Cavill to be accepted, it took him about 2 years or more before the movie just even came out and stuff like that. And that's kind of like the thing that James Gunn is kind of facing because you try to bring a new Superman, people are not gonna like it because that's what the because thing about Henry Cavill got brand recognition and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And kind of yeah, and kind of that thing about the thing when I learned it sounds like oh what's up multiverse?
Oh, nothing. Just
I'm
been
multiverse.
busy, you know me. Uh,
Yeah.
what's been going on your guys' end?
Not much.
I'm
It sounds
multiverse.
like the MCU is making the new Captain America movie, just the new
Yep.
Hawk movie, just by the casting
Mm.
news that I've been hearing.
Yep.
Now, because they bringing everybody back that was in the Incredible Hulk movie. Betsy,
Hmm.
they tried bringing General Ross inside the new Captain America movie. I said, come on now, that cannot
Seriously.
be. You cannot be serious.
Really?
Just know a Captain America movie. They bringing him. Now, shoot. If the thing about shoot, you already know that shoot. That it's that big old abomination
No,
is coming.
isn't uh, isn't Captain America basically retired though?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. He
but
retired,
somehow
but
died.
uh, the
Somehow.
thing is, but the thing is, in my opinion, it sounds like the new movie supposed to be about Sam Wilson, the new Captain America. But
Yeah.
you look at the cast seemed like it seemed like a Hawk movie and
Yep.
not a Captain America movie and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And that's the problem I have with it. Uh, because you look at the cast and everything like that of that movie, it's not a Captain America movie. Unlike the one that Chris Evans was doing, but Chris Evans was doing it.
Yeah.
Shoot,
No.
they had they had Samuel Jackson as an agent. They had agents. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure who this movie who's supposed to be the bad guy in
Right.
that movie. And
Well,
and that's
I've
kind of
also
like the
been
problem.
seeing the trailer for. I know the Flash just got a new trailer, and
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Transformers Rise of the Transformers got a new trailer as well.
Yeah.
Oh okay.
Also, hey,
Yeah.
multiverse.
What up?
And they say that
Did you
movie
see
based on
the Flash
1994.
new season episode, episode 9, the Flash? Oh, Queen come
Oh
back.
Yes, I actually saw that. And tell truth, that is something the multiverse ranger will be able to do when he becomes the Spectre multiverse ranger
And
eventually
also the next
down.
season too. I mean, next episode of Flash. Over the timeline.
Yeah, I saw what the Green Arrow did to stop Ramsey Russo or
Yeah. Have you
Bloodwork,
seen
I should say.
the next trailer for episode 10 of Flash, season 9? Over the timeline coming up.
oh okay.
I saw it.
Yeah.
It was
And
good.
Oh yeah, explain how. Because never explained in season 1 though. So how it
It
eventually
was
happened.
good seeing Steve Amell and Kid Flash.
Yep.
Mainly, I was there for Oliver Queen because my my vigilante farm is paying out mods to the Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that about me
Yeah.
on TikTok.
Those are. Yeah. There's a better topic.
Huh?
and did you hear about Sony making Craven rated R and Marvel is not making
Really?
Blade rated R
Yeah.
because they say we're about the kids.
How are they? Why are they? Aren't okay? Why? All right. Why is Craven rated R when uh uh Blade should be too?
Because the one reason why that Craven the Craven Hunter movie is getting released under Sony. That's why Blade is getting released under the MCU.
Yeah.
And kind of like that about it, and just when that movie come out, that Blade movie come out, and that Blade movie don't be Blade, watch these big influencers on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter defend that movie. Watch it because it's coming. Because it's coming. Because you remember the people lied about the Ant-Man and the Quantum Realm movie
Yeah, I
just being good.
remember
I looking at myself,
about Quantumania.
and that movie was not good. that everybody been saying. That Quantum Realm movie. Because anybody, that movie was overhyped. That Quantum Realm movie with John the Majors. John the Majors was good in it, and Paul Rudd. Those two was good in it. That's not the problem. The story of that movie just ain't make sense. The story that makes sense in my opinion of that movie.
Right.
Uh, uh, because like the other two Ant movies been saying to our son, you be in there for 5 minutes, that's 5 years. And and up in the end game movie and for the Ant-Man 2, 15 minutes means 15 years plus in the quantum realm. And the kind of other thing about it is something like that. The quantum realm slow down time while the outside time speed up. But but the thing about it up at the quantum realm movie, 5 minutes is 5 minutes. I say, wait a minute,
Yeah.
that make no sense.
Yep. Does make sound awful.
That ain't make sense based on the timeline. Just when the earlier movies already shown that 5 minutes had meant 5 years. That
Should
didn't
work on that.
that just didn't make sense in my opinion. For people that in my opinion, it just ain't make sense in my opinion. And some of the people on TikTok just try to defend that movie talking something. That movie not that bad. I say not that bad. Did y'all suckers not saw the earlier movies, Ant Man, the based on the quantum realm, and just had a quantum realm poster work? And
Yeah.
you try to tell me it's not that bad? Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm
I
starting
don't
to be
know.
like defending on movies.
Yeah.
Because think about it, if you're on TikTok and YouTube or Twitch, and you try to say the reason why a Marvel Disney movie is bad, ooh, they will
Yeah.
come at you and they will try to defend that movie.
Yeah.
And and some like one time, shoot, I put in the comment section on somebody video or something like that, and plus I say that the Captain Marvel movie when Brie Larson wasn't that good, they came at me. And somebody last me telling some this person said the Captain Marvel movie wasn't that good. I said, darn all right, I said it, it's not that good. What in the world?
Yeah.
Do y'all people not read comics?
Yeah. Let's come here.
Because that's what if you read the comics, then you would know that should have Captain Marvel wouldn't act like that and stuff in it. Because
No.
think about Captain Marvel is really like a nice person that's kind of serious.
Yeah.
She sounds like the female Thor who came from another planet or something like that from Earth.
Right.
She's serious, but they might she not mean to people and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And that one people, in my opinion, just need to realize sometime it sounds like you is not one of them. That is not the Captain Marvel that I know for the comic books. It, just even Captain Marvel wasn't even that bad. I say, God, dog.
Yeah.
Because they must should they made Captain Marvel a lady. I said, women now. Captain Marvel actually had passed on his power to her.
Yeah.
He passed on his power. I don't get how people don't get this and stuff like that. That just about the Captain Marvel character. Because they might, it's the easiest thing in the world, I think, in my opinion. Because Captain Marvel passed her, just passed her some of her powers, and she had to learn how to work her powers and stuff. And that should, so that's what I don't get about that. That's the easy thing. Did Captain Marvel pass on his power to her, a little bit of it, and she became a stronger version of just herself, and Captain Marvel came back alive.
Yeah.
And he wasn't really dead, for the first thing. He just his body just needed time to heal up from the battle and stuff like that. And that's why I don't get how people just don't get this toss on topics on politics. You don't need males, something like that, male politics, hate all male politics. I say, come on now. I
Yeah.
do, I do not, in my opinion, I don't, in my opinion, need no time for that because
No,
because
just good story without
yeah,
the comment.
I just want a good story because they might shoot. I like some female characters and stuff like that. That's not my problem. I like female
Yeah, it is
characters
the
like
whole
Wonder
cartoon
Woman.
movie.
I like Harley Quinn. Yeah, and stuff like that because that's when because that's when some of my favorite characters in comic books is females. Some of them, and some of them is males. It- Shoot, I'm not really like a hater of female characters and stuff like that. As longer, as long my opinion, as people do it right. That's all I ask for. Just make sure, in my opinion, that the people do it right. That's all I ask. The time for directors and everything else like that. That's just me. Is that so hard to ask for though? Is that so hard to ask for? Just to ask the company to try to do a character right? Deal with Disney, it seems like it is. It's not like that. Because you look at the new Suicide Squad movie came out 2018 or 19, something like that. The new one, the second one that James Gunn did.
Yeah,
All those, uh, all those characters seem like they came from the comics, straight out the comics. If you look at it, that's what it looked like to me. Because you look at Peacemaker, that's how he looked. He looked the same way in the comics. If you look at
yeah,
Deadeye, Deadshot, everything like that, they, they look the same way in the comics. Why can't Marvel do that? That's why I don't get though, man.
yeah.
Disney,
I wonder myself.
because you look at the costumes that DC were making for the villains and heroes, those suckers look like they came straight from a comic book. I said, come on, how in the where in my opinion, Warner Bros. Can do it, just but Disney just want more money can't do it. I just don't get that. I just don't get that in my opinion.
I know
Because
just
you
don't
could
care.
have all this,
Take
you
money.
could get all this money, but you can't make your own characters. That don't make sense in my opinion. It don't make sense, and that's kind of like the bad thing in my opinion that I don't like sometimes is dealing with Disney is, but it seems like they don't want to do it. Seem like in my opinion, and that's kind of like the bad thing. And
Yeah,
that's kind of the
I
bad
see
thing in my
that
opinion that
too.
I don't like about Disney.
Yeah,
Be- because the thing about it, should they got the characters to be able to do it, man? Should they got the characters? They got them
yeah. Yeah, fair.
for the comics and bring it onto the screen. Because like the only from the MCU they got right, it sounds like Doctor Strange, Black Widow, Captain America, and Iron Man.
Yeah,
Everybody else seemed like it was modified just from the MCU. And sound like people in the comments or should that whoever is looking at this on the replay, that's when if you think I'm wrong, go back in the movies and look at the comic books. The Captain America, Doctor Strange, Thor, and Black Widow is the only ones. It's the only ones in my opinion that got the right costume designs just for the comic books and and just bring it onto the screen. They're the only ones that got it
Well,
and
and
stuff like that.
I also heard that Black Widow or Scarlett Johansson is done with Marvel movies.
Yeah, and it's kind of like if you look at it, shoot, Brie Larson, she lost her own movie. She lost her own prequel movie, her sequel movie. because they should they bring in Miss Marvel, they bring in Monica Rambeau, who deserve her own movie. I said,
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute, now. How is she supposed to bring these three movies, these three superhero people who deserve their own origins in one movie? Because they might, Monica Rambeau, she wasn't even built up yet, and her own movie or series yet. She didn't even got it. And why you putting her in this movie? It make no sense to put her in a sequel movie and she don't even get her own origin movie to be able to tell what her character about or anything. And that's why I don't deal with this one. Because think about it, should it didn't even make a Hawk movie yet, and you put and y'all can't make a Hawk movie, and y'all worry about putting the three Marvels together, and and some of the Disney people, some of the Disney defenders of the Marvel movie, they gonna try to bring in racism and stuff like that. I say, wait a minute, you can't bring in racism just for everybody. That
Because
just the
there's
reason why.
people that actually get along with people, no matter what race, color, e- ethnicity, or whatever. Yeah, like all of us, we all get
Yeah.
along great.
Oh, okay. And like people, in my opinion, use that as a shield, therefore a bad movie. And that's the kind of thing that I don't get half the time to deal with them. And it sounds like on and when you ask them sometimes, could you tell me that I'm wrong? Could you tell me that show that I'm just wrong on the show if it's bad or not? If you if it if you could kind of like defeat my
Yeah, it happened.
All of a sudden, I just don't get this. I just don't get it. It always happened to me last time. So I started telling the truth about Disney products. They want to lag me off.
Yeah.
They, they must don't like me or something like that. But if you think about me, so you got to tell the truth about the product if you see it. You got to tell the truth about it. What you expect me to do? To lie and say it's good and plus it's not?
And
It,
now I people do opinion about virtual truth.
yeah, yeah. And for my sons to come at the me talking something, shall you lied and say it was good and plus and put it look at it and they can see it's a bad movie. I said I can't lie to that. Just to my YouTube subscriber and stuff like that. I can't lie to them and say that a movie good and plus everybody I can see that the bad story, bad setup and everything else. Come on now. That make no sense in my opinion. Just a lie and stuff like that in my opinion. It make no sense in my opinion.
Oh, by
And
the way, good job on episode 2 of Battle Fury. By the way,
oh, oh you saw it?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, cause my character is Stefan. That's my character name on it. Uh, because the thing about it for me, shoot, because the thing for me, shoot, I tried to make a good voice thing and stuff like that, but shoot, I tried sending at least about two or three voice things that I do based on each line. Sometimes I say, oh shucks, I hope we good. Because thing about it, shoot, because thing about it, shoot, Battle Fury, shoot. I just wanted to expand my brand on this on this on this platform and everything like that,
Yeah.
and just help out a friend.
So I'm expanding my brand on YouTube as being part of this live stream.
Yeah, yeah, sure, that sure do help. Yeah,
Yes, it does.
because some people in public just be asking me talking some and that's on you on TikTok and some of your friends on YouTube. I say yeah, yeah, shoot, that's them. Just so to the TikToks, multiverse, barcode, and everybody else who I'll be saying at the end of the stream, the show too. I I always shout out everybody who just I know, and barcode helped me out with some of them too. it, just in case I forget some of the people and stuff like that.
Yep.
And and kind of thing for you, multiverse. If you was doing like the X Men's movies, um, for just for three or four movies or for a series, which bad guys would you do first if you were doing the X Men's movies or something like that?
Well, um, I would create my own original bad guy for Battle Fury, but if he wants to resurrect like anybody, why not bring back
Yeah,
um oh uh frickin' uh uh, what's the name of uh, the second season of Ninja Seal,
They can't.
the baddie from that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You talking him? Oh yeah, he was good. He
Yeah,
was a really good bad guy, dude. Uh,
he's very powerful
some
though too.
people,
Well, yeah,
yeah, and the thing about my opinion, up in the future of permanent crossovers, I think that he might be a bad guy too, and the crossover bring in the Ninja Steel Rangers. I think sound like the Red that some of the team who want to come back for just for
yeah.
crossovers. He could be like a real good bad guy to bring back. I think, in my opinion, uh, uh, and kind of like in my opinion, shoot, and Prime just like being on Netflix, give Prime his freedom that just not be as kid friendly as Big old Saban was just on Nickelodeon. That kind of hold it back because that's what you at the comic books. The comic books it sound like they're more graphic than the live action show and the comic books and stuff like that. And they could bring in some of the comic book stuff inside the crossovers. I think in the future and stuff like that. In the future movies they do for
Oh,
Power Rangers, they could bring in some of the Power Ranger villains. I think just for the comic books onto the movies. I think just as original bad guys. I think for me. Marco, if you could bring back just any bad guy just for Battle Fury, if you had a choice, which one would you bring in?
Uh, is Lord Zed and Megalon.
Okay,
Yeah,
that'd be a real good one. I think, in my opinion, to bring in the Lord Zed. I think, in my opinion, that'd be a
yeah.
good one.
Plus Megalon too for.
Because think, in my opinion, just the one I bring up sound like at the general. I would bring up the Skull bad guy that was in season 2 of Mighty Morphin. You made the Skull on the Skull General.
Yeah.
I'll bring him in as one of the bad guys, and one
Yeah.
of them different in space. They just in space just with Zane that just had to beat up.
Oh
Who's that
yeah, that one.
monster
Yeah.
who Zane had
I
to
don't
beat up?
remember.
Dang,
I don't
shoot. I
remember too
forgot
much.
that bad guy name. I forgot that bad guy name. Shoot. But the thing about it, he was a powerful bad guy too to bring in actually fight. And those be the two. And for like the head bad guy, I would bring in I'll bring in like Master Master Sledge as the bad guy, just the one that been in Dino Charge because Master
oh,
Sledge was a good bad guy.
Yeah.
He was a
Yeah.
good bad guy, in my opinion. Some people might not have liked him just because he's too funny, but that's what I say. That is a kid's show. That sounds like a kid's teenager show, and they had to dumb him down for the show. But just, I think in my opinion, if they bring him inside a movie and grow him up a little bit, he'd be one of the most menacing villains. I think, in my opinion, if you take out the kill element from him, he was a merciless bad guy and Dino Charge at Teenager thing something like that.
yeah. In the first season, he was kind of merciless, and he took a different approach too.
Yeah, because then, in my opinion, should the what I think, if you would bring him aside, just side Netflix, I think just like a Netflix Master Sledge, ooh, he'd be much more bad. I think, in my opinion, he he'd be like worse. I think, in my opinion, if you bring him to Netflix and he didn't have no hold back up in his stuff, I said okay, he pretty good. Because you look at Rita. just how she was in the first crossover, she she was like more merciless than her counterpart that was up in the 90s. And kind of like in my opinion, if you bring that same approach to Master Sledge and you put him in a crossover on Netflix, ooh, he gonna be dangerous. I think, in my opinion, that's what I think. And kind of like my other opinion, what I think for the X Men, I think the first bad guy, I think it should be in two movies, should be the Sentinel program. You know what I mean? They just had president just build a Sentinel program. Just to kill mutants just while I think Professor Xavier tried to bring together humans and mutants together. I think that'd be a good one. I think the first two to Master Sentinel, and just for the third movie, I will bring like a war in between Magneto and his people, and plus the X Men's, and plus the humans getting in the middle, just like usual, just getting in the way.
Yeah, I agree on that. So we heard X-Men.
And and kind of like in my opinion, and like in the background, I would have the just the first mutant just make an appearance, Apocalypse, in the last fourth or fifth movie to do the X Men franchise and stuff like that. It just have him, just have him up in the background, watching, and stuff like that. The mutants and humans fight and stuff like that, and him building his own army in the background too. Because if you look at it, should the Apocalypse have his own horsemen too, his four horsemen, and that'd be a good thing for me too to see. I think on screen, and, and, and kind of like that in my opinion, and 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 kind of like the thing in my opinion, that that's what I think in my opinion. When they do for the Fantastic Four series, shoot, they need to find out how just how to make Doctor good. And kind of like for me, it's shoot. It's gonna shoot. I think it sounds like we need a Street Fighter movie. Should we Teen Mutant Ninja Turtle movie that's actually that can actually tell a good story. It's studies animation all the time. They keep on happening. They're making a good Teen Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. Just look at the 2013, the 2003 series deal with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's good. I don't get how they keep on messing up. This how I make a good Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie besides the Michael Bay one. That was a good one.
Yeah,
The first one was good. The Michael Bay. Then and it's just up to the second one. They try to soft reboot. I say, come
yeah,
on now, people. If you want to make a different Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, just say that this movie was a reboot. Just say that. Don't
Yeah,
try to
just
say
redo it.
don't try to say it's a second movie. And plus, I'm looking at it. You
No,
changing the Shredder. You changing the Splinter. You changing everybody up in it.
just say a
Just,
reboot or multiverse. It's better
yeah,
said.
yeah. If you look at it, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles always have multiverse. It's so easy. It is so easy to just explain it. Just have some kind of Mister Person come in. Just tell Mister Splinter is saying it is a multiverse of turtles and a multiverse of splinters and multiverse of splitters and stuff like that. Just say that. I don't get the reason why they keep on saying reboot. Just say it's just a multiverse of it.
Yeah,
It
just said the
does-
reboot or explain how
yeah,
the way.
yeah, because they might. It was up in the cartoon. The cartoon even had a multiverse. I don't get how it's not clicking up in the studio head. Multiverse. That explains everything about the movies. And kind of like the fans would want to complain to something. Should the turtles too big? What? The turtles has always been big. What are you talking about? They got hit with ooze, and they is teenagers growing into full grown turtles. They is gonna be big anyway. I don't get how the studios let the people switch them into changing the Ninja Turtles into a smaller one in the second one. I say why? Why did you put the Ninja Turtles smaller in the second one? They got hit with ooze. Ooze is gonna make them bigger. Anyway,
Yeah, make
I,
him
I,
put in.
come on. And they can always make a multiverse just of another turtles that is smaller and that just fit the turtles thing better. If you want to do that, just say it just like a multiverse of different turtles that at different sizes. That's it. Just say that. Because the best turtle movies is still the one from the '90s because it was funny. It was from the source material, and kind of like the first Ninja Turtle was kind of cool too from Michael Bay. But the one from the '90s really fit that this sort of turtles is, and come sad as it is, I think in my opinion. That's just me. And kind of like for DC future is real bright. That's just what I'm seeing. And for that Flashpoint movie,
Yeah.
that Flashpoint movie seeing like it is hiding. Just for the trailers I'm seeing, it seems like
Oh yeah.
Flashpoint movie it's hiding characters. I think too. It's hiding
Also
characters.
yeah. And plus that I read the, I heard the director who directed Flash movie said cancel Grant Gustin was supposed to make a cameo, but it's not though.
Oh,
Yeah, right
and
there. Come on.
and shoot, and kind of like the bad thing about it, in my opinion, and and kind of like the bad thing about it, in my opinion, and the good thing about it is seeing like the
Yeah.
movies out there. In my opinion, is real good.
Yeah.
That and plus you look at the Flash trailer, it seems like it cut right at the part just when like another character puts to pop up, and that Flash movie might be hiding a whole lot of characters. I think, in my opinion, it's hiding characters. That's what I think. And and they kind of for me, shoot, I think that movie might be hiding another Wonder Woman, another Superman, the Henry Cavill Superman. It might be hiding that
Yeah.
just as a teaser trailer and stuff like that. It might be hiding that. And kind of the other thing I think in my opinion might be hiding is what I think they're hiding. It sounds like shoot. I I think they might be teasing some kind of new character. I think just for the next movie. That's what I think they're doing. Is sound like people could be hating and stuff like that, and it could be saying talk the Flash movie could be bad, but I'm looking at them. I say, ain't none of your movies better than the Flash trailer. What I'm seeing because the Quantum Man movie ain't good. It ain't better than the Flash trailer, and the kind of bad thing about it, it seemed like the Flash trailer just had told more of a story for their movie than there's such a big old quantumania, and that's bad. A 2 minute trailer tell more of a story about their movie. Just a quantumania did. That had 2 hours 30 minutes to do it, and that's a bad thing in my opinion. And and kind of like the kind of bad thing in my opinion, it is sound like the actors, some of the actors in my opinion, quantumania is not that. They wasn't bad. It was
No.
the story that made the actors look bad inside that movie,
Yep. The scope of it.
and that's the bad thing. And some of the people on YouTube and TikTok was actually defending this movie, talking some that movie ain't that bad. That movie go by the comics. I say,
No.
excuse me.
Since when? Or the past of the context of the past movies.
Yeah,
That's the first
and,
one of
and
it.
kind of last thing, and kind of last thing, in my opinion, that dealing with Quantum Mania, they deal with the Kane character. The Kane character never was beaten by ants in the comic books. He never was beat by no ants.
No.
Sound like people probably can hate on me just for saying that, but that's what it's in the movie. Don't get mad at me. It's in the movie. He got beat by
Yeah.
ants.
Yeah.
And how in the world do a man that I killed that I killed Thor, Iron Man, Captain America's, that I killed Avengers? He said it in the movie. He killed Avengers, but you telling me he lose the ants? Come on, what kind of mess that don't make sense. It's time for
Yeah.
movies, anything. That just don't make
Yeah.
sense.
It's not over. The logic of it.
Yep. And kind of like the thing for me, the thing that me, in my opinion, it sounds like if anybody out there probably can explain to me the reason why he lost the ants, just tell me down in the comment section after this live stream over.
Yeah.
Because that's what I look in the comics, but that's what it's nowhere in the comics that he lost the ants. Nowhere in the comics that I saw he lost the ants. And and that's the bad thing about it, in my opinion. And because I'm looking at them, I look at that movie, I look at that movie 2 times. That's the bad thing about it. I spent money 2 times to look at this movie just just to make sure that I wasn't crazy when I was looking at the movie. Because I'm looking at that movie, I said, oh, I know this man.
That makes sense about it.
I know this. I know this man up here just ain't lose the ants. I look at it the second time he did. I said, God dog. And I was mad too. I was mad. I said, God dog, he lost the ants. That can't be
Yeah.
true.
That makes sense.
And I was mad, bro. And bro, I was so mad. I was so mad I saw that the second time. Because like the first time, I thought it was editing or something like that. He just fired off the ants and he went back and fight Power Road everything like that. But I saw it the second time. I said, ain't this some boo? He lost the ants. And some people online still talk some there was involvement. So I said, I do not care. I do not care in the how evolved your ants is. Unless your ants up in there is some kind of Kryptonian or some kind of alien ants, it just ain't regular ants from Earth.
Yeah.
They should not be they should not be beaten on Kane because them ants was not alien. They was from Earth. They was regular
Yeah,
ants. I don't get
yeah,
it.
yeah, that makes sense for it.
Yeah, that's how they think. There was regular ants. I'm looking at them. I said, how can y'all suckers up in the movie website thing defend this jump? How can you defend it? So I'm looking at them. I say, why are you defending this movie? Say this movie good. I just don't get it.
It's not really thinkable. It's not a
Yeah,
lot of it.
yeah. Because think about it. If if y'all see me defending a bad movie, so so just know this. I probably got paid a lot of money to do it because that's the only way. That is the only way that I'm gonna be defending a bad movie because you gotta pay a whole lot of money to do that.
Yeah,
And because think about it, if that movie too bad, shoot, I I still might not take the money. That's the thing. Shoot, I still might not take the money if the movie too bad. This like this movie right here. Shoot, I wouldn't even have take the money. That just a lot of people. I couldn't do it because my conscience would have been bad, bro. Because I would have said me. I said nah, I can't do it. I can't do it because my conscience would kill me. I would lie that people talk something was good. My conscience be killing me. I said nah, shut. I had to tell people the truth and stuff like that. And and, and they kind of like the other thing, in my opinion, which I don't get half the time people be doing, is sound like people be how can I say people be lying online, just saying that the MCU is doing good. I'm looking at them. I say, "Oh, y'all looking at the box office that some of y'all movies is making? It's not good based on the advertising dollars y'all spend and stuff like that." I say, "Come on now, that make no sense
yeah, but that
and
makes sense
stuff like
for it.
that don't make sense in my opinion." And that's kind of like the bad thing in my opinion. And 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 the bad thing about it, in my opinion, stuff like that, and it sounds in my opinion, I hate to say it, but the Star Wars universe is doing better than MCU right now, and that's bad.
Yeah,
And if the Star Wars universe is not even put together either that much, and they doing better than the MCU. I'm looking at them, I say, really? And shoot, shoot, man, I'm looking at them. I'm looking at Star Wars universe is messed up, and they would have bring back Ray. I said, why? Why if you bring back Ray Skywalker,
you
the
watch.
one the one character that the one character one because of her story,
Yeah,
and they want to bring her back,
she didn't bring it back for no.
and and sound like the Star Wars thing carefully. Yeah, that's the bad thing,
Very bad. She didn't make
and
no.
and it just it does even right now. It, it does better than they putting out. And plus the bad thing about it, when this movie come out, and when this Flash movie come out, and that Flash movie making a lot of money, ooh, boy, shoot, man,
Yeah,
shoot, the Disney people is gonna be mad, and they gonna make a whole lot of sense. Not a whole lot of sense in my opinion, and and that's sad. I think in my opinion. Um, and kind of thing about it, shoot, it seemed like the Flash movie that and that's how the hype is for the Flash movie. The hype is pretty good just for the
mm-hmm.
Flash movie, in my opinion.
Yeah,
staying at the height, and seem like the people like it that actually looking at it and stuff like that, and that always a good thing and stuff. That's always a good thing to see that the it's just that the fans always like it. That look at the test arena, but the thing about it, shoot, I would be a director. I will always add at least about 1 or 2 parts inside a movie just to explain certain parts in it. There'll be no excuse for people to say talk on if this ain't explain that.
Yeah.
Explain that
Yeah.
inside a movie. Because they always me, I would just add I would add heart, I would add people and stuff like that. That'd be a good thing in my opinion. I would do.
Yeah.
If I was the director.
I got that.
And put that and the thing about my opinion, after that my opinion, I would actually make I would actually make a series just out of a new character that come out of that movie. Because think about it, when you look at that movie dealing with that Flash movie, that's the old Batman, and they could always make an just a Terry McGinnis Batman
Yeah.
based on the Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah.
And DC already said it's some kind of a multiverse already. It's already a multiverse, and that's the thing. And that's the good thing because you look at it, it's always a good thing when it says the multiverse. I know I said okay, I can get my old Batman, y'all can get y'all young Batman, and we can also keep our Ben Affleck Batman at the same time.
Yeah.
And everybody wins. Everybody wins in DC. Because think about it, if you look at it, everybody wins. The old Batman can come. The Ben Affleck Batman still can come back. And the kind of thing about it, in the Earth Two Batman shoot the thing about they can also bring in the Black Superman just for Earth Two.
Yep.
That is fighting the evil Superman. I think that's a robot that was being like controlled by Brainiac or something like that.
Yeah.
He was cloned. He was cloned from the original Superman or something like that, and the original Superman was trapped somewhere because of Brainiac and the Phantom Zone and stuff like that. Should what it seemed like, and that'd be a good thing to bring in. For Earth too, because think about if you look at it, should the Robert Pattinson Batman is already up in a multiverse anyway. He said it's already there, and it, because they already say that the Robert Pattinson Batman is already separate, and that's separate. That will mean that they can cast they can always cast another Superman, another Batman, another Wonder Woman just for that universe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, and that'd be actually a good thing just for DC and stuff like that. That's actually a good thing, in my opinion. And kind of like the other thing, what I think, in my opinion, right? If they is making like the multiverse of it, oh, if they're making a multiverse out of that universe, oh man, DC thinking ahead of time.
Yeah.
And that's the good thing. And that's the good thing, in my opinion, of DC actually making a multiverse. So I said, okay, I like it. It's actually a good thing. And kind of like for me, right? And kind of like for the future of Power Rangers, I think the future of Power Rangers is actually bright. And for the last time I checked, then with Netflix, shoot the Power Rangers movies, the Power Rangers special movie is like in the top 10. it's in the top 10 right now on Netflix, and that's hard to do on Netflix to keep your movie or series just on the top 10 after a week. That's hard to do in my opinion. And just for net and just for the partner special to be there that for that long, that's actually a good thing. But I think, in my opinion, shoot, and Netflix said they is willing to make a part two of it. Because think about it, if y'all had a choice to make a part two of it, which team would y'all bring in just for the part two? Will you bring it? Which ranges will you bring for part two? Because think for me, I think that I would bring in some of Zio and Turbo people who want to come in for part two.
Right.
I think, in my opinion, that'd be a good thing. I think, in my opinion, you bring in Zio and Turbo. What would y'all do there for part two?
Uh, bring Trent, another,
Oh, okay, okay.
and Brace from SB Green for, or yeah,
Oh, oh, all right. Multiverse.
Yeah,
If they make if they make a part two to once and always, um, who would you bring back just as the part two?
I'd probably go with like for um let's go. I wouldn't mind them bringing back uh like the Jungle Fairy team.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Because the thing is, Netflix said that they is willing to make more just more Rangers crossovers and stuff like that. If people actually look at it and they're willing to make more and stuff like that, and the thing, in my opinion, if they bring it back for a part two, I will make it like a mini series. You know what I mean? Sound like a make it like a 4 or 5 part mini series just for part two and stuff like that. Just for Rangers to be able to overcome challenges, to beat the generals coming up and stuff like that in episodes and miniseries. That'd be a good thing, I think, in my opinion, if they can do that. And they can bring in like more actors, I think, just for older seasons and new actors mixed in. Um, because think about it, wouldn't it be a good idea to bring in the ninja powers just for part two? The ninja powers and Zio.
yes, just by how this they got character monster or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, because think about that. Once you look at the once and for everything, it seemed like that was the Mighty Morphin power ups and stuff like that. But the thing about for part two, I would bring in like the ninja powers and let Billy come up with an idea to bring in some kind of armor thing, different Rangers.
yeah,
I think the different armor mode, the Galaxy mode, and so that because they are for me in the crossovers. Shoot, the Rangers need some type of armor mode. I think, in my opinion, because them monsters are getting more powerful in the crossovers, and these Rangers need power ups. I think, in my opinion,
again, okay, yeah,
yeah, and sound like Tommy Green Ranger or something. Like that. Shoot, he cool with power ups because that's what he already got in some kind of V2 armor mode with his helmet turn gold when he want to upgrade, he good. But everybody else, they need some type of armor mode for, just for their stuff. Because you look at the White Ranger, the White Ranger, the Green Ranger already got their own power ups that could be upgraded. But the thing about it, it seems like the black, red, pink, and yellow need their own powers. I think, in my opinion. And and it's kind of like that about it. What happened to the power ups anyway? They had up in the Mighty Morphin.
Metallic one, metallic
Yeah,
armor. I don't know.
yeah.
Just stop using it or something.
Unless they ran out of money, or unless they couldn't explain it or something like that.
I mean, they use it for a little bit. That's it. I know.
Because think about for me in part two, they need to come up with a story for them to be able to use that on that Galaxy armor thing. I think, in my opinion, if they can do that,
Metallic armor. Yeah.
like they did for the Trinity stuff and stuff like that, yeah. Because think about it, they can make it like a journey for them to be able to find the armor, for them to overcome fears and stuff like that. That be like a good way for them not on the fighting you got like armor and actually earn it. Sound like the Mighty Morphin movie, the 1995 I think movie. I think something like that. When they find the ninja powers with the Falcon, the ape, everything like that, they could do the same thing for this. I think that
Yeah.
like for part two, should this make them earn it? Sound like
Yeah.
the Mystic Force. It's sound like Mystic Force when they earn the legendary mode and stuff like that. It'd be something like that. It'd be a test just for each ranger when they had the pass and anything like that and stuff like that. In my opinion, that'd be a good thing. But I think, in my opinion, because think about for me, right? Shoot, because think about it, Rocky. Wait a minute, wait a minute. If they go to Zero, right? Where is Rocky Blue Ranger form?
I don't know really.
Yeah.
Because anybody once and always they ain't never use Rocky Blue Ranger form unless they're saving it just for part two or something like that. And that's that I think in my opinion they could be doing. Uh, 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 unless unless he's Xeomorph broke just doing the last battle, that be the only thing that can explain the reason why he can't use it. That's the only thing that I probably can think of. Unless the Zero Morpher broke, because last time I checked, it didn't break, didn't it? His last Morpher didn't break, I thought.
No, it didn't.
Hmm. It must be the writing, the reason why he can't use it, or something like that, or some kind of power source that he don't have, or a coin. Uh, be, because the thing about my opinion, when shoot, I like, but once and always, it sounds like they kept it campy, but they also made a thing grew up. It's just at the same time. It was good at the same time though. Because the thing about it, you could also tell it was good. It was campy, good, and funny at certain parts.
Yeah.
But
Some
then
is
about it,
cheesy.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
cheesy at certain parts, but other parts you still can tell it would grow up and stuff like that. It was also serious at the same
Yeah.
time. And, but then in my opinion, should the rest of the crossovers just need to follow um just this first crossover formula? Just be cheesy and funny at certain times, but most times just be serious. And just don't bring the MCU formula up onto Power Rangers. Just don't do it
Yeah.
Right.
because that's it. If you do that, you just gonna lose fans,
Well,
money,
it's like
everything else
me.
like that.
I'm doing the for like the backstory of the multiverse ranger. I'm basically borrowing the
Yeah,
formula of the Arrowverse mainly the Arrow for myself.
Yeah, yeah, and kind of like the thing for me, right? In my opinion, which I like about this special, this Power Rangers special thing, it was also was a good thing in my opinion. Where I like now, the choreography was actually good too. The choreography, everything was good in this. I think God, though the choreography was good. Because the Power Ranger on the Power Ranger fight choreography was actually better than should I just expected. Because in my opinion, I was expecting to be like the '90s, to be like the '90s choreography and stuff like that, cheesy and stuff like that. But the thing about it, the fight choreography actually was good. It was actually good and stuff like that. The fight choreography and stuff like that. And it kind of like the one thing about the ones I always special I didn't agree with is sound like the Green Ranger being captured because I look at it, I say, wait a minute, it just the serpent is dark energy and stuff like that. The on the Green Ranger is dark energy too, and plus the snake bite shouldn't have affected him. Like it did the Red and Pink Ranger. It shouldn't have affected him. I think, in my opinion. Unless they did it just for story wise, I'm good with it. It did for story, I'm good. But if it's not for story wise, I'm kind of, I'm kind of like, in my opinion, disappointed. In my opinion, because you look at the death battles, you look at the crossover and stuff like that. Zordon always said that the Green Ranger all always had the dark power with him inside that power source. And put that snake thing shouldn't have affected him. I think, in my opinion, the snake bite. But that, uh, that just what I think, in my opinion, when it shouldn't have affected him. That on the snake bite, I think just for the serpent bad guy that was in the once and always special, it shouldn't have affected him. I think, in my opinion. Unless that snake was specialized for the Green Ranger, that's the only way. That's the only way, in my opinion, that I would accept it. But after that, no. And and kind and and it kind of like, in my opinion, in the next crossover, it, should we need Zeo and Turbo Rangers? I think, in my opinion, in the next one.
Yeah, you're on that right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
because think about it, shoot, they already got the Mighty Morphin. They already got Cat that wasn't Zeo. They got Rocky that wasn't Zeo already. Because you just were bringing some of the other Zeo Rangers and just other Zeo Rangers in Turbo. I'll bring those two in. If they're doing like a part 2 in some kind of team up thing, um, because think about shoot, I think, in my opinion, in the next crossover, that shoot, the next bad guy just might bring armies in a general, and they gonna need help up in the next fight. Son, Zach and Billy, I like Zach and Billy, but that's what they're not fighting the whole army and stuff like that. They're not fighting the whole army by themselves unless they got help. And that's the kind of thing I think, in my opinion. Then that's bad guy might um be, because think about up in this special, this Rita right here got smart and she tried to go back in time and just tell her older self what happened, her younger self what happened. But the thing about it, she can't tell her younger self no more. Um, just what happened and stuff like that at the end of the special. It just, which I was glad that she was defeated, because think about it, if she wasn't defeated, ooh, young Rita, young Rita and this team. would have been a problem.
Yep. I got nothing.
Yeah, and kind of like thing I think, in my opinion, that Netflix should do. It sounds like Netflix should bring some of the bad guys that's in the comic books, or just bringing some of the bad guys that was in the first or second season of Power Rangers. I think it sounds like Skull Man. They could bring in some of the old monsters that was in the Mighty Morphin season, or Zeo. That was a problem that for the Power Rangers to deal with. Just bring them back in the crossover and just say Zordon didn't kill all the monsters. He just killed some of the essence. I think that just the even essence of the monsters when you look at it. Because think about it, when you look at special, the on the special set on Zordon, yeah, on the Zordon energy just has separate the bad from the good. But the thing is, it just didn't have destroy the monster itself. And this should have, in my opinion, sound like the most the essence. I think some my opinion go inside just another monster body. I think, in my opinion, it'd be actually be a good thing. Of my opinion, that'd be a good thing. And they can have like women. If they bring back Jungle Fairy, that means that they bringing back shoot.
It's a couple of
What
RJ
mean?
in
Yeah, RJ. Yeah, yeah. They bring Jungle Fairy team. Then they bring back RJ, Jared. Casey might come back. Theo, I'm not sure if he come back, or Lily. But I was them. I would come back though. I was for the Jungle Fury, and plus the Hyperforce team. I think Hyperforce could be like a cameo inside of
it
Power
could be
Ranger.
right. Yeah.
They can use the Hyperforce team as part of the cameo or something like that inside the episode.
It'd be cool, right?
Them just talking to him through a screen or something like that. I will
Right.
use
Show
that.
flashbacks, right? Yeah. Top of
Yeah.
Rangers.
It,
Time travel. I mean,
mm,
watching timeline. Parallel war. I mean, yeah.
the kind of other team I might try to bring back is some kind of how do I say this? I will bring back some of the Dino Charge Rangers who know about the multiverse and stuff like that. So you got to kind of like bring back teams that know about the multiverse. Okay, think about that will be SPD. That will be the Dino Charge, Ninja Steel, and plus Dino Fury if they could. But I'm not sure that if they actually would do it. I think, in my opinion. But the thing about it, it just depends on the story too. What Netflix is writing, because think about it, if I do for Netflix for part two, I would make it like a five that just like a 5 to 10 episodes miniseries just for part two. That's what I would do and stuff like that, in my opinion. That, that what I would do and stuff like that in time for like a miniseries. I would do that. Miniseries and stuff like that. And that was some people might be losing um faith in Marvel doing. It's not like thing about Marvel, but I'm disappointed. I'm looking at them. I said, you got comic books. What the word you talking about? You want to do your own version of events? Because I'm looking at them. I'm reading the articles. I say, so you shouldn't be trying to do your own version of events. You shouldn't be trying to do your own version of stuff that happened in the comic books. It's in the comic books for a reason. It be because think about it. Marvel keep on saying talk. I just want to make it family friendly. That's what all the characters in comic books is not family friendly. Marvel just in the face that when they write these shows and movies. All characters is not family friendly, and and, and that's in my opinion. That's kind of that the Marvel brass and workers nothing get through the head. And sound like the Proxy coin. Let me ask y'all something. Is the Proxy coin is that thing temporary or that's permanent? That on was that permanent or was the Proxy coin permanent or was the Proxy coin just temporary?
I mean, yeah, as is the second grade. I mean, temperate. I'm gonna guess.
Because you're thinking about sure, I think it's permanent. I think in my opinion,
Mm,
because think about oh
but
temporary.
Jason, yeah, yeah, but Jason Kimberly for Trinity Coin. So yeah, okay, capture. Talk. Yeah, temporary. We qualified too much for Angie and too
Oh
much for Ranger or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, think about the logic. Yeah. So basically tampering, but actually to the second,
Oh yeah.
basically actually to the morphing grade, but
Be,
it's the
be,
second way for
be,
me, for yeah.
On the last time I checked, now they're dealing with the Power Rangers thing. Um, couldn't Kimberly still morph in Turbo movie?
I mean, Catherine, yeah.
Uh, because the thing about the last time I checked, that she can morph in the Turbo movie and stuff like that. Kimberly still can morph, and kind of like Cat was the pink Turbo Ranger, right? Or was she? No, I think she was the pink Turbo Ranger. I think or something like that.
Yes,
Or did
yes.
she move?
Cat used to be Turbo Ranger, yes. Because Kimberly moved, gave her power point to Cat when she wanted to be the gymnast.
Okay. Oh yeah. That's why I remember that. Oh yeah, the storyline. Yeah, I'm in the storyline now. That that Zordon had passed her power to to Catherine, and Catherine became the Pink Mighty Morphin Ranger and stuff like that. I said, oh shoot. And plus, you notice doing these specials that the putties actually could fight. I said, God, dog, that the putties is like actual fighters in this special. If you if you look at the special for that, and kind of like the putties actually could fight in this, the putties could fight. Now, the putties is actually using techniques in this thing. I said, wait a minute, now. These can't and stuff like that, but they more skilled than the one that came from the '90s, though. Like in my opinion, which I think in my opinion, this like this prom just special. I think in my opinion, it actually brought back the old fans. I think in my opinion,
Yeah.
they brought back the old fans and brought some new fans in it too. And that was and that what the Power Rangers brain needed. The Power Rangers brain needed that needed especially to bring in the old ones and bring in just some new ones too. It,
Yeah.
because like the new fans now, they can go back and look at the Money Morphin season just to see what this one means, just to the franchise and stuff like that. And stuff like that. That's what I think in my opinion mean. It needed this big time because this, when you look at YouTube and stuff like that, it's some kind of people with just with YouTube channels who would never look at Power Rangers. It was actually talking about the Power Rangers specials, what they like about it and stuff like that, and that was actually like a big boost to the brand and instant Netflix as well. I think in my opinion, it, that's what I think in my opinion. And Zach, in my opinion, doing this special actually just has surprised me. He was actually one of the best actors in the special. I think, in my opinion,
Yep.
and and for him and for him not to be back, definitely Power Rangers for all this time, and for him to just be the that be back. I think, in my opinion, for him to be back and for him to be one of the best actors in the special, that was actually a big accomplishment for him. I think, in my opinion, it actually was good.
Yeah.
And he seemed to be one of the most popular Rangers. I think just in all the seasons. I think, in my opinion, besides him, Tommy, and Jason, and Kimmy, he had to be like the top three or top two most popular Ranger. I think, in my opinion, of the Power Ranger franchise. I think, in my opinion, all times. Because think about it, when you look on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and when everybody bring up the Black Ranger, they always bring up Zach first, and Zach was one of my favorite anyway, in my opinion. And and do, do you think that the Guardians 3 movie is gonna be good, bad? Because
I'd probably say at least
thing
half,
about
kind of.
my opinion, deal with Marvel, some Marvel movies I'll be seeing do not be the how can I be in. Some of the Marvel movies don't be the best.
Yeah, for now.
Some of the Marvel movies just be playing bad. I hate to say it like that. I hate to say it like that, but but that's what some of the Marvel movies I think, in my opinion, don't be the best. Some be average. Some be and just for the screen tomorrow, just for the screen tomorrow, the screen tomorrow got me doing. I got me talking about the Transformer trailer and just like breaking down the Transformer trailer, the way I'm seeing, and based on the reboot they saying. Um, and that for tomorrow stream I'm gonna be doing on Friday. It gotta be
Mhm.
about Transformers, the older Transformers, new ones like come out in the future, and talking about the video game franchise in the future, just for the stream tomorrow, stuff like that. Yeah, just for tomorrow stream. And
Okay.
for like the yeah, yeah, and for like the Marvel universe is in trouble. The Marvel universe is in trouble if this Guardians 3 movie
Yeah.
just don't make a lot of money. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. Because then if this Guardians movie right here do do not make at least about $700 to $800 million, it's like a failure. I think, in my opinion,
Yeah,
because of the didn't Guardians $1 or $2 million thanks all of that.
something like that, right? Yeah,
Yeah, be, because the thing about it, in my opinion, if this movie right here don't make $1 billion, ooh, if this Guardian movie just don't make close to $1 billion, man, boy, some people in Marvel is gonna be fired. Oh, wait a minute. Guardians 2 made $869 million. Let me see how much Guardians 1 made. That overhyped movie. Let me see. Let me see. Box office 700. Oh, Guardians 1 made 773 million, and the other one made 869 million. Oh
yeah,
shoot, that will mean that will mean for this movie they may they they need at least about 800 $800 million plus to break even. I think that just to be called some kind of success. I think in my opinion, that be like I think the be a big old success. I think in my opinion, at least about 900 million plus just for a third Guardian movie that have Adam Warlock and all these special effects and marketing come behind it. Oh man. And plus, like the bad thing about it, in my opinion, shoot, I have a feeling. I have a feeling. I have a feeling. In my opinion, it sounds like the Blue Beetle movie might have a better story just than Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It might be bad to say, but shit, it um that's just how I feel like, in my opinion, it might have. And up in my opinion, that's what I think. Because you look at the stories and stuff like that, what Marvel have right now, the stories and
yeah,
stuff is not good. The stories and everything the Marvel claims to have supposed to be good, it don't be good.
yeah,
And that's kind of like the bad thing that I don't want to say that and there's a bad story all around them with Marvel, but that's what they said the man who wrote Quantumania supposed to be doing the new Avengers. I say, how in the
yeah,
world do you get somebody who do not know how to make a movie under his own thing, and you about to tell me that says he writing the next Avengers movie? That made no sense. The
yeah.
Quantumania movie was the story was bad in Quantumania. That makes no sense.
Yeah, the
That
dynamics
makes
and all the watches, right?
Why don't you get the man that wrote Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness that just write the next Avengers movie? That would make more sense because at least that story made more sense than the Quantum Mania movie. That makes no sense in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm
And shoot,
so.
that's why I don't, and shoot, that's why I don't like about people sometimes who claim to know comic books on TikTok and Twitter and YouTube, and they don't even call out the Marvel Universe for their bad storytelling. I'm looking at them. I say, your channel bigger than mine, and you don't even call out the Marvel Universe and stuff like that. You don't even call out the stuff that don't even make sense in one Marvel movie. Because think about up in that comment section and live stream, they fans be asking, was the Quantum Man movie good? They had the nerve to say yeah. Boy, I saw that. I wanted to type in something, but you know what I say? Nah, because that's why I type in something. They call me a hater. on that live stream, if you trying to spit out facts to them and say that just don't make sense, this don't make sense, this don't make sense, they think you hating. If you try to explain facts to them most of the time.
Yeah.
Uh, just because the thing about it on my live stream, I always give everybody a platform, do my live stream and say, if you want to, if you want to argue with me to say my point wrong, you can
Yeah.
always do it and come in and just try to prove me wrong. I always say that on my live streams, but that's what no kind of challenger came up yet. That's what I always ask them based on the older movies and based on the new ones, which one better? And and that's what nobody came up yet and challenged my points. Nobody came up yet because of all my live stream. I always say, if you got a problem with my takes, you can always come up and argue with them. Everybody else, nobody else came up challenge me yet, based on my points in the MCU and the storytelling and doing. Without doing it, up on the YouTube channels, so many YouTube and TikTok channels, because that's what I can always tell who's watching. And just when they say people be hating based on the MCU and stuff like that, and some of the TikTokers and stuff like that, I can pretty much tell who just don't like me based on my comments I be saying, and they be saying it too on TikTok. They try to say that the Quantum Mania story didn't make sense. They just hate us. You know, it's okay. I bet that sucker right there saw my live stream based on the Ant-Man movie. I bet he saw it, and he going on TikTok talk some haters. But that's what I know. Those stories on TikTok, YouTube, and everybody else just be talking about me anyway, based on me telling the truth. But that's what it just don't say my name and stuff like that on TikTok and YouTube. Because that's what they already know. If they say my name, I'll be able to call them out and say, "You just got a problem with my tape? Just come on in." And that's what I'm always willing to talk. Talk about my taste and talk about yours and stuff like that. But that's what the people on TikTok, on YouTube, that be scared sometimes to do it. They be scared to talk about the taste because that's what you can always tell the person that don't watch your live stream, or somebody or somebody up in there just don't like you sometimes on TikTok. You know what I mean? They like you seeing your content and stuff like that and think you're wrong, but that's what they just don't say it with, just without saying your name. You know, it's okay. I know you're hating on my stuff, but that's what just tell me why you think I'm wrong. So that's just me. If you can tell me the reason why you think I'm wrong, I'm cool with that. But if you can't tell me why, shoot, I'm not. If you can't tell me why, I'm just gonna call you out and stuff like that. And shoot, that's just me. If you think I'm wrong, I'm just gonna tell you. Shoot, that just me. Should that just me in my opinion and stuff like that. That just me in my opinion. You think I'm hating? Just tell me why I'm hating. But if you think I'm not, just tell me why too. Should that just me? That just me in my opinion? That's what I think about. Sometimes it's some of the people on TikTok. You can tell that the TikTokers that is like the Disney fans who don't like people hating on Disney products. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were and they were making an excuse to talk something. It just people hating on your just hating just be hating on the MCU, and they be claiming it because of racism and stuff like that. I say if you look at the story that's in the trailer, it don't make sense, and you can tell the reason why people don't like it. it's not always race all the time. It's just like a bad
Uh,
story. That's it. That's a bad story, and people, like in my opinion, just need to face it. Bad story, bad everything. And that what people just need to learn sometimes. If it's a bad story, that's it. And kind of like, and do you hear about Aisha was on another planet that they had set
um,
special, I think, something like that and that's when the SPA project started based on another planet. And if you think about it, it's just like the SPA is based on another planet. Um, uh, wouldn't that mean that Lost Galaxy and some of the other ranges might have started just
yeah,
under that? It this big old the SPA. It should. That's what I think that might happen too. Uh, be, because they might, if Netflix were thinking, Netflix can make a special based based on the SPA, just with new actors, just new actors
yeah,
at Rangers and stuff like that. Up that means share special. I'll probably do that and stuff like that. In my opinion, yeah. So that just me, in my opinion, I would do. And, and just and just before I leave, just do anybody just got anything just to like promote on that TikTok and anything like that?
you know,
No.
um,
Oh, okay. Just for everybody that's watching, y'all can always follow Multiverse, Barcode, Phantom Ranger on TikTok.
making
You can
that.
you can follow JoJo
Thank you guys.
fan.
Sorry, person.
Yeah, race. Yeah.
You,
JoJo. Oh yeah. JoJo fan. You can follow Odyssey Stylings on TikTok. You can follow him on TikTok. That, and you can also follow some of the Rangers on TikTok. Sound like Zach, Catherine, the White Ranger on TikTok. You could find some of the Rangers on TikTok too, on everything
yeah,
like that. And you can also follow Sean Stackhouse. That's that's on YouTube. He
yeah.
also a Power fan as well, along with DC and Marvel and stuff like that. And and just for I leave, and then for the Mars stream, I will be talking about the Transformers on the Transformers trailer and the Transformers history. And Transformers, I talk about Transformers and wrestling tomorrow, based on the future of wrestling. What I think for that too on the Mars stream. And for everybody and for everybody on TikTok, no, not TikTok, but everybody on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I'll see y'all later. I'll see y'all later and see y'all tomorrow.